Hey everybody, welcome. So this is my first live um YouTube stream, and basically I'm actually going to be trying to do this more often. I'm going to be trying to um give tips and advice and my background and where I started and what I do and my little like journey on life basically. And so basically I honestly started doing live streams on the Live Me app. And on there I do what do I do? Singing and workouts. And so basically, I started doing that on there, and I used to get like I get a good amount of people. I get like 700 people watching or so, but it's just a big drain on my phone, and so it's hard for me to keep live streaming on there. But I do get pretty good amount of people on there. It's just that honestly, like I try to start a new audience, and the audience there, it's either like no offense, like low key like creepers, and then you got like musicians and talented people and youth and all these like models and dancers and stuff, and then you've got like these older men that just want to see some stuff. So that's the audience I was dealing with, and neither of those were my audience. And I did well. Some of the audience was my like some of the audience were like DJs and stuff like that, but the DJs that I tried to, offer to like do DJ drops for, they were like, "Oh, we already have DJ drops and stuff like that." So basically, what today I wanted to just give a breakdown of what I do. So I have a little list here of what I want to talk about. So basically, what I do is I make beat tags. And basically, the first question I wrote down was like, what are B tags? Because a lot of people don't know what B tags are. I've actually emailed and talked with DJs and beat makers, and they're like, "What are you talking?" I'll say like, "Hey, looks like you need a beat tag, like a DJ drop." They're like, "What is a DJ drop? What is a beat tag?" So a DJ drop is a basically it's a name shout out that you can have someone record for you, and you throw it into your mix when you are doing a set um, at a party or event or whatever. And a B tag is again just a shout out intro that you can put on your instrumental or your beat. And people kind of there's different names for them. Like there's beat tags, there's producer tags, there's voice tags. I just simply call them beat tags because it's just two syllables. I mean, it's all honestly, I think the same thing. I mean, people say there's a difference between beat makers and producers. I understand that, and then you have producer tags. I mean, it's really still honestly just giving the person a recording of their producer or beat maker name, and you put it on your instrumental or your beat or interlude or whatever. So usually they consist of just the name or like a small sentence or some type of tagline or a saying or something catchy. It could be something boring. It could be something really general. People have customized ones, and then there's generic ones that are like, why didn't you buy this beat though? Like, there's this typical one that you can download. Um, And I'll get into that as far as like what I've planned to do. Well, I guess I could tell you now. So what I do is I do those, but also in the future, like I'm working on trying to do loops and like hooks for artists and singers and rappers and beat makers and producers. But also what I would like to like do and like start selling as well is but I mean I start all this off for free. Is doing harmonies and like not harmonies, melodies. I started putting out free ones on my YouTube channel, so if you haven't checked out my channel, make sure you do so. So I have like loops and hooks and melodies and stuff like that that I want to start giving people. And so when I tell people like when they ask like, oh, well, what's a DJ drop, and honestly, like if you don't know what it is, I don't think you need one because obviously you've been succeeding without knowing what you didn't know if you needed. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So if you don't know what one is, then you probably don't need one. So that goes into my next segment of who needs one. Um, I personally think most most musical creators need one. Most DJs need one, or some. Like I said, if you don't know what a DJ drop or a B tag is, I honestly think you don't need one because you've been doing this, you've been doing so good this long. Without one, I don't think you need one because I think you're doing fine. In a B tag and in a DJ drop, it helps with brand recognition. It helps with people being able to ID. You know how like, and I know I'm probably not the only one, but you get hype when you hear a tagline, when you hear a beat tag, you're like, when you hear Metro Boomin wants some more, you're like, oh my gosh, this beat about to be hot because you associate the tagline with a certain person. Hold on, y'all, my mama's calling. Hello, morning. Yeah, I put my phone by the side. Yeah, I just take super heavy duty batteries. Okay, guys. So basically, where was I? What was the topic I was on? Oh, about who needs one. Yeah, so if you need one, if you are starting out, if you are a budding producer, if you're a budding beat maker, if you're a budding DJ, if you're a budding any type of like either one of those, then I think you need one. Now, I used to do them for free until supply demand over exceeded supply kind of thing. Because once I started doing them for free and everybody wants, them for free, I no longer do them for free. So my service, that's what leads into the next little segment I'm gonna talk about, is what I do. So I produce beat tags, but I have a unique selling point to mine. I'm not like your typical like Baby T Productions. I'm not your typical beat tag maker. Okay, if you want the sexy, the assaultress, the orgasmic tone from a woman to say your name, I'm not it. I can't portray those because I am a voice actor at heart. My background is in theater and media production. My background is in audio. My background is in acting. So in voice acting, I can portray that. But as far as my like, hey, this is the sound I give. The sound I give is character. I give attitude. I give personality to the tags. I don't necessarily like, this is the way I'm always going to say it. Like, I'm not predictable. My tags are not predictable. My tags for every artist are going to sound different because, one, every beat maker and producer is different. Every DJ is different. I don't have a certain, I guess, the style. I don't have that sexy sultrous style. My style is character, personality, acting. They gave different energies and stuff like that. So that's what I do. Um, so I mean, my background is I can portray anything you want me to portray. That's easy. So what I do is what makes me unique is I offer 6 or more tags for one price at $15, $14.99, however you want to put it. But I offer 6 plus 6 or more tags for $15. I can give you anything that you're looking for. And so a lot of people don't do that. I don't know anyone, honestly, that does that. They give a fully produced tag. They give you one. And and also I put no effects on mine because I want the producer and I want the DJ to have complete 110% control and sound over what and how they want to mix in my voice. I'm just a talent. I don't have big experience in adding stutters and filters and delay and all. Like, I don't do that. I am talent, and talent should not have to worry about producing. Not a producer. And with the Baby T's and everything, like with other tag makers, they also make their own beats, and they also probably are engineers, and they also probably are singers, and they so they're always editing. That's their ability, so they're going to add that aspect and that ability to their tags. I don't have that I don't have that ability. I mean, I could add a stutter and a delay or whatever, and a filter and all that, but that's not what I want to worry about. I am the voice, and that's all I want to give you. So I just offer acapella or not acapella, dry vocal tags. That's my that's my perspective. I want you to have complete control over what you want to do with it. So with that being said, I don't see a lot of people doing it. I haven't seen anyone offering what I offer. And a lot of people are like, well, why do you offer 6? I offer 6. It started off like this. I didn't pick 6 out of the middle of my afro, okay? I picked 6 or more because people, a lot of producers, again, if they're budding, don't know what they want. I also see on Twitter, because I'm always digging through Twitter. A lot of producers are like, what guys, what should my tag say? What should my beat tag say? And then I see people having polls out. Do you think my tag should say this or this? And you got people voting. And I'm just like, the universe is showing me that people don't know what tags they want all the time. They know they want one, but they don't know what they want to say. And so if I'm a person that wants to provide this service for you, that wants to solve this problem for you, and you don't know what you want, and I just give you one, well, what if next month you're like, oh, I really want to say this now, because you done came up with something better. I can fix all of that future worry with we're giving you multiple ones. So I give you 6. So I had one person, they didn't know what they wanted. So I'm like, well, I'll give you a couple. And they were like, cool. And then he gave me like 3 that he wanted me to say. So he gave me that 3. So then I just added 3 more like generic ones, like on the track, on the beat, in the building, like all your typical generic ones. So that totaled to 6. I'm like, so I sent him all 6. So I feel like I'm yelling, y'all. Like, I think I have like this ear thing going on where I can't really hear myself or something. I don't know. But anyway, I get passionate about it. So that's how I started off with 6. And also on top of that, I get really, really really into character when I'm in the booth, when I'm on the mic. I have too much fun and I start coming up with stuff. I'm a very creative person. So I start thinking and making up stuff while I'm in there. And that's another reason why I put 6 or more, because I honestly sometimes get carried away. But it lets you be able to, if you ever want to change it, but you still want a female voice, you got stuff that you could pick from me. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not just stuck with, man, she only gave me 1. No, I gave you like 7. So now you don't have to run to another female for another tag to say something different. You understand what I'm saying? So it also opens the producer's minds as far as like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's really cute. I didn't think of that. That's really dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when people see what I give them or hear what I give them, they're like, yo, I didn't think of that. Like that one's good. That one's funny. That one's cute. That one's sexy. That one. So I can give you a bunch of different aspects. And that's the reason why I offer what I offer. And the pricing is coming to me, again, from the back of my head. The price came to me because someone offered that price to me. At the service that I gave him like 6 or so, 6 or more. And he's like, yo, I'd give you this amount. And honestly, when I first started thinking, like, how am I going to price this? Because this is while I was doing everything for free. When he told me that, I'm like, if you're willing to pay, I'm sure others are willing to pay that too. And I did at one time negotiate down to $10. The problem was they never paid me. So and I say that because I give tax first and then you can pay after. I'll give my terms and services in a minute. But I never got paid. I'm like, damn, you negotiated me down to 10. And honestly, negotiation is nothing but that. At the end of the day, they're willing to pay what you're willing to serve them. That guy was willing to pay the $15. He just wanted to see if he could lowball me, if he could get me lower. Negotiating is just that. but honestly, I think the person that's negotiating with you is willing to pay what you're offering. They just don't want to. They just want to see if they can get you on sale, if that makes sense. So, um, let me see my next topic so I can keep it moving for y'all. So I gave y'all what my background was. And I'll give you my terms and services. So like not I guess it's like a little policy thing that I send people when I email them. I give you MP3 files. Well, I'll give you one MP3 file. It's all one thing I also um do. Like that I did it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should probably pay extra for this. They wanted me to um split everything up. And when I give you like 6 tags, I don't just give you just 6. I give you different accents. I can do British. I can do. I usually do British posh in like a southern country. So I don't just give you 6 tags, but I give you 6 tags in 2 different accents, and so that kind of doubles everything. So 6 turns into 12. You understand what I'm saying? Stuff starts doubling real quick. So when I have to separate 12 files, and I have to send them to you one by one or in a zip file. And then especially like I give MP3s. So my when I edit, I'd like to give you away, but they're too big to send and they're really slow. You know how email sending attachments as ways are really slow. So I, out of convenience for both of us, both parties, to send an MP3. So I send it one file MP3 unless you ask me for a waive. I use PayPal. If you are interested in getting beat tags, you can email me at bbridges, BRIDGESVO @gmail.com. Email me there and we can talk. But that's also my PayPal email. And if you would like to send a donation, but that's my PayPal, and I accept payment 3 days, up to 3 days after delivery. Now, I'll tell you, I done got stiffed a couple times, so this policy, this little terms and conditions may change because I think I got stiffed like once or twice. And because I'll send the tags and again allow it to 3 days because I understand people either don't got a lot of money in their PayPal account. I get that. Or they gotta put money in a PayPal account or they gotta make a PayPal account. Like I get it. I get it. That's why and again I didn't make this 3 days up after delivery out of nowhere. I gave this guy his tags and he needed time to get some money to give me. So on the third day, he sent me the $15. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll allow up to 3 days from delivery to get to send the money. So I'm not making this stuff up out of nowhere. I'm the way my price is what it is because someone told me. The delivery days are the way they are because it's just what the universe gives me back. So if someone could send me money within 3 days, you could send me money within 3 days, if that makes sense. So I know it's possible to send within 3 days. So I'm not making this stuff up out of nowhere. Like this is from actual customer interaction. It's like analytics, basically. It's like customer analytics. But also, payment before delivery is encouraged. Um, I don't really get payment. Well, I got payment one time, twice before sending. It eases my mind a bit more. But also with doing it first, it also pushes me to do it to get on it faster so I can get paid faster. And I also give, like I said, I give my all. And when I was doing them for free, I give the same effort now that I do them paid. So those are like my terms and services. Um, I send MP3s. What else? Oh, I don't curse in my tags. I don't, I don't want my voice applied to any like sexual content as far as like you want me to say, like F me and all that. Like, no, like I don't curse in my tags and none of that. Like I don't say the B word, I don't say the N word, I don't say, I don't say again what other beat tag makers would say, would be comfortable with saying. I'll put it that way. Again, that's why I have a like unique selling proposition. Okay, like I sell more, I'll give you more than he or she will ever give you for one price. Even though they are raw vocals, you have 100% control over how you want to edit it. If you are an engineer, if you are a beat maker, maybe you're not used to editing vocals. I get that, but again, you can always edit it the way you want to. Sorry, I just like my legs was crossed. So my last, because we're down to like our half hour. So my last thing is like how to use tags. So basically, how a lot of people use them, they put them in the front of their music and they put them in the back of their music. Then there's people that put them like every 15 seconds, every chord, every like break in the verse, like every hook or every chorus of the music. And I get that. So people use them in different ways. People use them really subtly. They make them like blend in, like make the vocal blend into the song, so it's like part of it. And then there's some people that are like really obnoxious and they'll make it distorted and loud and really annoying. So to make sure that you buy it so you can get rid of this. And a lot of people, like if you don't know, if you are a beat maker, like people are going to chop off the tag and keep the rest of it. If you put it in the front, they're gonna chop it off. They're gonna use what sounds reasonable for the start of their song, and they're gonna use the rest of it. If you use tags at the end of your music, they're just gonna chop off the end. They're just gonna fade it out right before it gets to your tag, and keep the front and middle of your music. If you put the tag in the middle, it gets a bit harder to take the tag out or to chop it up to where it is or to where like the tag starts. A good thing, and I'm no audio engineer or anything, or I'm no beat maker. I used to do a couple beats back in the day. Like, don't get me wrong, I did want to be a beat maker. I honestly wanted to be a DJ. Um, is a lot of beat makers, they kind of, you could tell when it's like looped. Like when, you know how with choruses, if you don't watch Smart Rapper on YouTube, you're missing your life as a music maker, as a music creator. But Smart Rapper Gang, like Smart Rapper, just Google, just YouTube the man. A good tip is when you have a chorus to music, the way to make it different so people know it's the chorus or the hook is to either take out an instrument or add an instrument. So when I hear beats, it's like this, it's the same the whole 2-3 minutes. Add something or take something out in the chorus part so people know that that's what it is. Then you can add your tag, and that'll make it harder for people to loop your music so it sounds like nothing was edited, if that makes sense. Because if you try to take out a tag, but it's in with the chorus part that has an extra instrument or an extra sound, it's gonna sound weird because you're gonna have the tag and then it's gonna like jump to something that doesn't have that instrument that it should have, if that makes sense. Or if something was taken out, it'll really make it hard, especially if you put a tag in, because it'll jump to something. Now the beat sounds more empty, But again, people could finesse it to make it work. If they're really good, like editors, sound editors, and whatever. So those are how people use tags. People make them really obnoxious. People make them really seamless. And honestly, sometimes I've heard tags where I can hardly understand who the producer is because I can hardly hear the tag. So people use them really subtly, and people use them ridiculously. So those are my uh terms and services, some tips, what I do, how you can, if you need one, if you need some, I really don't say if you need one. It's like, no, if you need some, okay, because I can give you, different things. And yeah, I mean, they're really, really, I think, important. I see on Twitter, some people say, beat tags. Like, if you really need a beat tag, you really got a good producer. Like, I see that a lot on Twitter. And it's kind of sad because, like, and then I see, like, people say, well, a lot of YouTube music producers use tags. Like, real producers don't need tags. Like, and then I see some people that say, well, I'm gonna be so good one day, I won't need my tag one day. I won't need it. I won't need it. When I blow up, I won't need my tag. And so you got people that are like, absolutely not. And then you got people like, I'll get rid of mine one day. And then you got people that are all for it because it's a real necessity. And I agree with everyone. I agree with those three aspects. There are people that do not need one. There are people that you hear a sound and you're like, I know who that is. Like, oh my gosh, Ronnie. Like, okay, I could go without that tag because I know it's Ronnie. Like, oh my gosh, Ronnie. Like, it's cute, but I know it's Ronnie's beat. Like, I just know. But again, there are people out there, producers out there, that don't need it. Like, if X was a producer, which he probably, I think, was, does anybody need someone to say XXX on a track? And like, he literally would be on the track because he would be rapping on it. But my point is that distorted sound, like, everyone would know that would be X's beat. Like, does that make sense? Like, there's just sounds that us as fans or supporters or just music lovers just know who made it. Like, I really don't need, oh my gosh, it's Ronnie. Like, I know. And then there's beats that Juice WRLD uses that I know who the producer is. I just know because I know that's a Juice WRLD type beat, and I just know, like, I just, not type beat, but I know that's a Juice WRLD. Like, I know Juice WRLD is gonna be on that beat. Like, I just know because Juice WRLD always works with like this one producer. So then on the part where people are like, well, I'll get rid of mine one day. I agree with you too, because you can use a tag as like an amplifier. So again, brand recognition, and people rebrand themselves. It happens. It's called evolution. It's called growing. And so there are artists out there that just need that recognition, that need that name push to get their name out there. And so people can, like, hey, like, oh, that's that guy. Or, like, people could start associating. And then if they do ever get like a huge music placement, maybe they can let that tag go and maybe they won't ever need one. And they'll have that networking and that name strong enough to hold them. And then you've got the people that absolutely, like, they'll always use one. And I agree with them as well, because it is a part of branding. It is a part of marketing. It is a part of promotion. It is. It's someone saying your name for your work. And on top of that, people that do like me, when I do voice tags for people, I promote their music. I share their music because it has my tag on it. And it's not as like, oh, it's mine, it's all mine. No, mine as in it's my voice on it, but it's his or hers work. So it's a win-win because you're getting your music pushed by someone who is not an artist, but it's someone, like not a singer, not a rapper. That probably means a lot to that person. I share people's music that has my tag on it, that has the tag I've done for them on it. And it's like I said, it's a win-win for both parties. And so you're getting promotion not only from like your people, people are hearing your name, but your music is getting shared to someone who has a nice amount of followers, that has a niched down target audience. Like mine on Twitter is my mainly music producers and game developers. And so when I share music, and a few artists, like singers and rappers. So when I share music, um, my audience, who are singers and dancers or singers and rappers, can be like, "Oh, this beat is hot," and I promote in a way where it's like, "Hey, this beat's fire, check it out." No, I promote it as in, "This is your next hit. This is your next single. This will blow you up." Because I market in a way that's like, the rapper singer needs this. You need this. This is not just a nice beat. This is something that can help with your career. So, for all of those three aspects, I agree with everyone. So I can't sit and try to dog someone who thinks beat tags suck, and then try to go over there and try to agree with people that think beat tags are life. I agree with everyone because there are people that don't need them because they came this far without them. There's people that will drop their tags one day, but they need them now. And there's people that will always use one. It's just the way life is. So, um, that's kind of my advice for today. Um, this is just my little intro on my live broadcast. I want to try to start doing more of them. There was no one in here today, but just a general, little live stream. I'm hoping you guys get some type of info from this, some type of value from this. That's also what I want to provide for people is value. So, watch this back from the beginning if you're just catching this at the end. I don't know why you clicked to the end of the video, but if you're again interested, make sure you email me bbridgesvo@gmail.com and we can get the conversation started. If you guys have any other questions, comments, or concerns, let me know, and I'll see you soon. Bye.